Okay, now's a good time to start. So, been a hot second, but we're back. We're going to be doing more Pokemon LeafGreen today. Oh, Necro, hello. I see you claiming daily orb. Hello. Hello. We're doing Pokemon LeafGreen today. Doing an extremely arduous challenge. The Professor Oak challenge. I've already made some decent progress for the first section. I've got 3 evolution families left to complete. And of course, they're the ones that take the longest. Oh yeah, I've also let me make it. Yeah, go on here again, so it's a bit bigger. Whee! This burb is now affiliated with Poggers. So just use code BurbBrain at the checkout for 10% off your order. Hey, hey, wee. Yeah. So now this little graphic is going to be on the screen from now on. And I should probably share what my schedule for this week's going to be. I've only posted it on the Discord so far, but what we've got going on this week. So today we've got Pokemon LeafGreen, of course. Then tomorrow, me and Atreus are getting back to our Pokemon Violet Monotype Challenge. Chris, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're going back to the Monotype Challenge tomorrow. Then after that, more LeafGreen. And then, as you can see on screen, I caved and finally decided to buy it. We're going to be doing Pokopia on release day. Thankfully, I got a bit of extra money from tips, so I was able to get the game. And, what am I looking? There we go. After Pokopia, more LeafGreen. And then on the Saturday, we're going to go back to DMC3. See if I can do another session of it. So that's what's planned for this week. And then next week, I've not made a schedule for it yet, but next week, I've only really decided on one game. And that will be Uma Musume, because on the 12th, my favorite Uma is finally making it to the global servers. So I'll be spending all 15,000 of my carrots trying to get Kitasan Black. And maybe some extra 3 stars that are thrown in there. I didn't manage to quite get 20k before the event, but 15k is still a lot. So fingers crossed I'm able to unlock her. Because obviously she's going to be my top tier Uma. That'll get me back into the game, honestly. Anyways, let's get back into LeafGreen. Oh, the only reason I had Fire Red sorted out earlier over there was because I was trying to do RNG manipulation, but it seems it's not quite been sorted out for the Switch stuff yet, like all the programs and stuff. So for now, I'm just going to leave it alone, and then maybe once I've gotten it down, I'll get a shiny starter off screen, and then yeah, mainly because getting the secret ID is the most difficult part. Anyway, so here's my progress right now. These are the last 3 Pokemon. So right now I'm working on Mankey, who is at level 20. And I need to get him, or get her, to level 28 to evolve into a Primeape. And then once that's done, these last two Pokemon, the most difficult ones in this section, Pidgey and Bulbasaur. Pidgey will be the most difficult, because level 36. And then Bulbasaur, I need to... I just realised Bulbasaur's a female. Okay. I need to get Bulbasaur all the way to level 32. I did get, like, 2 levels onto Mankey, like, right before stream, though, so... I sure do hope nothing explodes. Hello, Prodigy! Are you insinuating something? What are you getting at there? Hmm? What are you getting at, Prodigy? What do you think I'm getting at? Voltorb? That's the only thing I can think of. We're not even close to encountering Voltorb, if that's what you're on about. Oh, Pocopia's downloaded. Okay. Yep, so now I'll be able to play it in 3 days' time. It was no joke, it was torn between Pokemon joke and nothing. Bruh. It could have just been a joke about Voltorb. Typical Prodigy. That's the Pokemon joke. Well, I know what the other joke would probably be, but there's no need for that right now. No, it was mixed. Yeah, can we time out Prodigy? God damn it. Maybe at this point I should probably turn off battle animations. I know it was supposed to be like... supposed to be like faster? I don't know, I don't remember. But now the animations are getting a bit more lengthy. I mean, I could go into the forest to try and encounter more level 5 Pokemon, because Metapod and Kakuna do give a lot of experience. And I do have 2 normal type attacks. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Pikachu will be annoying because of static. And I don't think the rat shows up in here. So we need to get 8 whole levels on this Mankey. Oh, there's a Pikachu. No, I'm gonna run from the Pikachu, actually. If it's a level 4 or 5 Pikachu, maybe I'll knock it out. But there's too high of a risk of paralysis. Because if I get paralyzed, I gotta go all the way back to the Pokemon Center. Oh dear. Okay. There's some ideas with Fire Red, or Fire Red specifically. Either a Soul Link or an RNG manipulated save file. I'm not sure which is going to happen first, because it really depends on events playing out. Either me and Atreus finish our Monotype challenge first, or the guides and programs get updated for RNG manipulation to include the Switch versions. Because I'm sure there's probably going to be like 2 new whole sections specifically for Switch and Switch 2. And yeah, once it's all good to go, I might finally do some like Gen 3 shiny hunting. With RNG manipulation, obviously. And oh yeah, one thing I noticed when I was looking through my Twitter feed, and it turns out, supposedly, the glitch where the legendary beasts would use Roar and then completely despawn, apparently that's been fixed. Like, they actually went back and fixed a big issue. So you don't have to worry about the Pokemon using Roar on you and then just completely eliminating themselves. Which, if it's true, good on Pokemon for finally fixing that. But they kept the arbitrary code execution, which, yeah, that's the one thing that made the games broken. And when I use a modded, not modded, a glitch save file, I'm 100% gonna do it, because how else are we gonna get Celebi and Jirachi? It's literally gonna be impossible without the arbitrary code execution. Like, even with events, Jirachi and Celebi never had a proper Gen 3 event, they just had distributions. The most common ones being the Colosseum bonus discs. Jirachi for the American version and Celebi for the Japanese version. With events for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. For Emerald, it's easy. It's just going to be the old theme map. Just to include Mew. And no doubt, everyone's going to freak out because we'll finally be able to shiny hunt Mew, like, on official hardware. That's not just exclusive to Japan. And for Ruby and Sapphire, the first one that comes to my head is the Eon ticket. But it would seem a bit odd. But then again, it would enable all of the secret encounters, so... I don't think Deoxys can be found in Hoenn, weirdly enough. I don't remember what other events there are. Hold on. Now it's gonna bug me. I need to have a look. Pokemon, Ruby and Sapphire... events. So the ones that have actual encounters are the ones I'm referring to. And Bulbapedia completely misunderstood what I meant. Not static encounters, thank you. Okay, so there's Southern Island with the Eon ticket, which is... oh, so that's available in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Okay, so that's available in all 3 of them. Yeah. I don't think... There's literally nothing else they could theoretically do. Because Ruby and Sapphire, they only have the Eon ticket, and Emerald has both the Eon ticket and the old C map. So that's the most realistic thing they could do. There's nothing else they can really do for that. So they're gonna have to find some way to do Mew and Jirachi. I mean, then again, maybe they could have Mew and Jirachi be home distribution rewards. So if we transfer in our Pokédex from Violet Leaf Green, have a completed Kanto Pokédex, then we get a shiny Mew, and then have a completed Hoenn Pokédex, get a shiny Jirachi. I feel like that's probably the best way to do things. Like, even if we can't get them within Violet Leaf Green, or Ruby Sapphire and Emerald, at least they'll still give us a way to obtain them. Because, yeah, with all of the Pokemon games that are going to be connected to home, there's normally a reward that comes out for them later. And I think the home compatibility for Fire Red Leaf Green and Legend Z8 is all going to release at the same time in spring, I think? I think that's about the time it's going to happen. With Legend Z8, there's 3 possible rewards, but I'm leaning more toward a shiny Hooper, just because of the Mega Dimension. If the base game and the DLC were treated separately, then obviously the DLC would just be Hooper, but the base game would probably be Volcanion or something. Or Diancie, since there's a lot of crystals around the place. Yeah, it's either shiny Diancie or shiny Hooper. I don't think Volcanion has a chance this time, just because Volcanion is just a really, like, abandoned mythical. Like, it's got nothing going for it. At least for, like, the newer mythicals, they've got stuff to go for them. Like, Generation 8. Sorry, Gen 7, actually, just 7. Zeraora is just a cool lightning cat. Okay, a bad example to start with. Zeraora doesn't really have anything to go for it, really. Marshadow... I mean, the Marshadow, it was given some lore with one of the Pokemon movies that is connected to Ho-Oh. Magearna... I mean, Magearna's just gotten so much love. Ended up being a main Pokemon in the anime. And it even got a Mega Evolution in the DLC for Mega Dimension. And it even got its own movie. I mean, Volcanion, it was Volcanion's movie, but yeah, Magearna was more present, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like if they made the Volcanion movie like what happens in the games, I feel like Volcanion wouldn't be as hated as much. Yeah, now I really think about it, it's the 3DS era of mythical Pokemon that didn't really get much. And then Diancie's lore just ties to its movie. Volcanion doesn't really get that treatment because it's not quite the same. And Hooper... Yeah, Hooper has its movie, but people hate that movie. But Hooper has Mega Dimension now, so... And Generation 8, I think Gen 8 only had 1 mythical Pokemon. Although, I don't know, before we move into Gen 8, we haven't done Meltan and Melmetal yet. Those two are weird. Because technically they're Generation 7 Pokemon. Since they were introduced, like, before Let's Go, or between Let's Go and Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. But technically they debuted in Let's Go. But at the same time, you've never been able to catch them until Legend ZA. You were able to catch a Meltan and then get gifted a Melmetal. So you still can't evolve them in the mainline games. You can still only evolve in Pokemon Go, but now, you don't need Pokemon Go to get Meltan and Melmetal. But unfortunately, Shiny Melmetal is still Pokemon Go exclusive. Because even though we have a shiny Meltan, we have no way of evolving it yet. Because the way it worked in the anime, it was one Meltan that fused into hundreds of other Meltan. And in Pokemon Go, you just need like 400 candies, but that has its own unique evolution method. So they could easily just have it like level up holding a metal coat or something, because that could be the equivalent of all the other Meltan. Or maybe there'll be a game where you can actually catch multiple Meltan, but then you need to have like a full team of them or something, or just do like the Goldengo treatment. But what am I doing? Okay. I need to remember the D-pad is not directional buttons, it's... Ugh. What was I thinking? With the new games, Winds and Waves, I think the starter I'm probably going to pick is probably going to be the Fire-type starter. Although, I did see some interesting fan art of a possible final evolution for Brout. Someone, I don't remember who it was, but I saw they made a concept of Brout becoming a cassowary. And I thought, yeah, that would be brilliant. And then the goat, Kellen Goff, the voice actor, he responded, call it Grassowary. And oh my god. If it ends up becoming a cassowary, I'm probably going to pick Brout. But then again, I won't know. Because we're not going to get any leaks this time. Or like the Zygarde requirement from Alola. Yeah, Zygarde really did get shafted. It really got... it got neutered in it from its own region. It was a boring, out-of-the-way static encounter, had a whole collection quest in Alola, and didn't get any proper story until like 10 years later. Yes, as much as I love Brout, I love Pombonum even more. I was happy there's another grass bird. I'm just curious why they decided on another grass bird when it wasn't that long since we had one. Well, two of them technically. Both forms of Decidueye in the past like past 4 generations. One in Generation 8, one in Generation 7. And they're giving us another grass bird already? I'm probably not going to pick Brout on my first playthrough, though. Just because... well, I had Sprigatito as my first starter. And then Chikorita as my first starter. So, I want to pick something that's not a grass type for once. If I didn't pick Chikorita and Sprigatito both times in a row, then maybe I would have picked Brout. But for now, it's probably going to be Pombon. That's one something very interesting to have the bird be fire or water. Be so angry. Yeah, I saw a meme where someone made a joke about the theming of these starters being 2010's mobile games. The Brout, Angry Birds, Pombon, Undertale, The Goodest Boy. Prodigy will definitely know that one. And Gekwa being Littlest Pet Shop. If you remember all 3 of those, congratulations! You're officially old. And yes, that includes myself. That's where you failed because Fuecoco was where it's at. Well, Fuecoco was my second pick. Well, oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, Necro. Well, for the younger people, you are old. There you go. Does that make up for it? Because I remember I used to play Angry Birds a lot when I was younger. And then obviously the games got lower and lower and lower in quality, and then they eventually resorted to only having microtransactions and not actually providing good games. And then I just lost interest in the theories because of how much they turned to greed. I remember even the older games, like they had an RPG game at one point, and they decided they'd leave the game broken and it wouldn't work on any newer devices. It'd be so zoomed in you couldn't see half the screen. And they removed half the features. Like, they wouldn't even have rerunning events, so half the features in the game were just completely locked away if you started a new file. Turning into dust as we speak. You've been Thanos snapped. So with my, hold on, let me take a look at the guide. With my Oak Challenge. Please load. Okay. So for the first section, yeah, I just need to get Primate, Venusaur, and Pidgeot. Section 2, I can get a pickup squad. Since Meowth is available in the second section, I can collect a full team of Meowth, get them to level 21, and then grind levels with them in my team, and that should allow me to have a chance at getting a rare candy after each fight. And that should be able to speed up my progress significantly. And, if Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald do make it onto Switch eventually, which I do think they are going to happen, just because people data mined these Fire Red Leaf Green ROMs, and it seems like there's going to be some new connectability to Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So I think they're probably going to show up at the beginning of next year, maybe? Alongside Pokemon Colosseum. I feel like that's probably what they're going to do. Like, this year they'll have us with Fire Red Leaf Green and Gale of Darkness, and then next year they'll have Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Well, they're probably just Ruby and Sapphire to start with, and then Emerald later? Actually, no, they could do Ruby and Sapphire at the end of this year, then Emerald for Pokemon Day next year, and then Colosseum to go on there later. Oh, well, Colosseum they could do this year. And they just have Emerald at the start of next year, and then Winds and Waves at the end of next year. That's why I feel like they should do things, because if they release Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all at the same time, no one's going to buy Ruby and Sapphire. Like, everyone's just going to buy Emerald, and Ruby and Sapphire will not sell at all, because Emerald's obviously better. So it would make no sense to release all three of them at once. Just Ruby and Sapphire to start with, give it maybe half a year, and then announce Emerald. Oh no, with Gale of Darkness. I will probably stream Gale of Darkness when it becomes available. Because, yeah, I've got a Tier 2 Switch Online subscription, so now I finally have a chance to actually play the damn game without having to worry about scalper prices. I have to get my GameCube controller all charged up ready. So, yeah. I'm thinking, once I've done the Oak Challenge in this save file, I'll probably try and work on a Living Dex. Obviously, I'll probably have to send Fire Red over to my original Switch. I have to get it charged up as well, because I've not used it in over a year. I've literally not used it in nearly a full year. Since the Switch 2 release, I just never powered on my OLED Switch again. So I might have to get it booted up for the first time in ages, just to get Fire Red and Leaf Green available on there. Because there's no other way for me to do trade evolutions otherwise. I guess that's one. That's the one like benefit of the game, not the virtual keycards. It's easier to transfer all the games over when you're doing digital stuff. So we're level 21. We need... Yeah, so we need to get to level 28, so... I'm positive if we just keep up the grind, I think we should be able to get Primate today. And then... I'm not sure whether I should do Bulbasaur next, or if I should do Pidgey next. I think it would make sense to do Bulbasaur next, just because it has a quicker evolution time. Like, 32 compared to 36, that's almost 10,000 experience in difference, I'm pretty sure. Just for those levels. I'm back, I'm alive. Oh, hello again, Prodigy! What's that about Scyther? Yeah, the Safari Zone will be fun to do. I think if I ever plan on doing like more shiny hunting than just the static encounters in this game, I'll probably do eggs if they're Safari Zone encounters. If they're wild encounters, I could use Sweet Scent for RNG manipulation. Again, I'll have to wait for all the programs to get updated and stuff. Because I need a save file with a trainer ID that's already been manipulated. I only got lucky with my original Ruby copy because I already found a shiny in that save and that made it easier to get the secret ID. I mean, if I do manage to find a shiny in this save file before I do any of my static encounters, fuck it, I'll hunt them all. I'll use RNG manipulation to get all of the static encounters if I can find a shiny before any of them. That's a promise. Because that will make this challenge way more interesting. Obviously, besides the starter, because we already have it. Oh yeah, like with Winds and Waves, I remember the online people, terminally online people, they complain Switch 2 has no exclusives. And then Switch 2 exclusive shows up. It should have been on Switch 1. Like, bruh. It's the same loop with these people. Like, I don't understand. It's like they just want to complain. Like, the thing is, when we get new games, we need to leave the old behind. If they want the games to look good, they need to be exclusive to the new stuff. That's just how things work. Like with the new Dragon Ball game that's going to happen, the one that's been codenamed Age 1000, but it's really Xenoverse 3 because Bandai made a playlist and accidentally leaked its real name. That was supposed to be on the PS4 systems originally, but they scrapped that idea and made it PS5 exclusive just so they didn't have to dumb down any of the performance stuff. That, good idea. How long has the PS5 been out for? Like 6 years? It's about time they leave behind the PS4. I guess in the same manner, needs to happen for the Switch as well. Like, when that game releases on the Switch, it better be a Switch 2 exclusive, and not have a Switch 2 edition. Because that way they don't have to dumb it down. Like, that's... Once we're 1 year into the Switch 2, we need to just like focus more on the exclusive, not Switch 2 editions. And something else I saw, I'm not sure if it's 100% true or not, but I saw somewhere that said Switch 2 has more exclusives than PS5 and Xbox combined. Was it Xbox? Like the recent Xbox games. Something around those lines. But if Switch 2 has more exclusives than PS5, and people say Switch 2 has no exclusives, like, what the fuck? The reason PS5 doesn't have as many exclusives anymore is because they ported almost all of them to PC! Like, if they want people to buy their console, they've got to have games exclusive to their console. Like, that's the logic. Why do you think Nintendo doesn't branch their games over to other devices? Because then the Switch would never sell. If Nintendo ported their games to PC and stuff, they would lose out on a lot of money because no one would buy the console. They would just buy the games on a different device. I think the only Nintendo games... I mean, there have been quite a few Nintendo games that have been ported to other places, but they weren't first party. But like, the first party Nintendo games I can think of, Professor Layton, the DS era of games, they all got ported over to Apple Play Store, whatever it's called. Apple App Store. The iOS App Store, whatever it's called. They all got ported onto on there, and they were originally DS games as well. And they got like an HD remaster, they even got some new opening cutscenes as well. So, yeah, I mean, with a... I don't know what I was going to say now. It's gone now. Oh, I had something, but it's gone now. My fucking ADHD brain. Oh, yeah, now I remember. With Winds and Waves, with the character designs, from what it looks like, they've got scuba gear. And I think it was pretty obvious from, like, the fact that they could possibly go underwater. But the player characters look like they're wearing scuba gear. Like, under their main outfits. So that just screams to me that we're going to be able to go underwater. Like, for the first time since Auras. Or, excluding remakes, then it'd be the first time since Black and White. And this time the water's actually going to look good. Like, in 3D, I think... Yeah, in 3D, this will be the first time we'll actually be able to see under the water, because before it just turned into a black abyss. Yeah, back on that promise of, like, shiny hunting in this save file. The only way it will happen, I will have to find a shiny before any of the static encounters are done. So that means, like, all the legendary Pokemon. I need to get all of the statics, I need to get the shiny before all of those. I beg Regigigas in Winds and Waves for no reason whatsoever. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think the Regis would be there. Like, logically, what Pokemon would we get? So obviously, Let's Go had the legendary birds. Sword and Shield had the Swords of Justice and the Regis. I'm just going to count those ones, because obviously every legendary was... Well, most of the legendaries were there. But the ones that had non-raid battle encounters were the Regis. and the Swords of Justice. Scarlet and Violet. I mean, there was all the snacks worth stuff, but those ones were boring. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet didn't really have much. Legends EA had the Eon Duo and the Swords of Justice. And then, obviously, the Weather Trio. I'm trying to think of what other legendaries could work. I mean, there's the Lake Guardians. There's a possibility. But then again, why would there be lakes? We're in a tropical archipelago, so... Yeah, the Lake Guardians... Maybe. Oh, Orphan Maker! Hello! Hello, Orphan Maker! Hello, hello, hello! How you doing today? Just brainstorming ideas for Winds and Waves. Thinking of a legendary group to return. Maybe... I mean, let's be honest. I think it would probably have to be some legendaries from Alola. Oh, Stream Elements, why didn't you ban that in time? Get off the screen! Get off the screen! Thank you! So it'd probably have to be some Alola legendaries. I don't know about the Tapus, because they're basically the mascots of Alola. Solgaleo and Lunala, I don't think it would be a box legendary. It would have to be a sub-legendary, like the weaker ones. Does Alola really... The only sub-legendaries are really just the Tapus, aren't they? In Alola, are there any more legendaries than just the Tapus? Obviously Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma, that's the Light Trio. But it wouldn't be any of those three. I don't know. Did Carlos have it? No, Carlos didn't have any sub-legendaries. Carlos just had the main trio of legendaries, and then that was it. That was literally it. Just the Order Trio. There was nothing else after that. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what sub-legendary group would probably show up. I don't think... It definitely will not be the Sword of Justice, because we've had those twice on the Switch so far. I mean, maybe we could get Latios and Latias again, but then again, we just had them in Legends EA. So, I really don't know. I mean, we might not even get any. Maybe we'll just get a new set entirely. That seems more like the more likely option. They just give us a new group of sub-legendaries. Because think about it, we've not even seen the box art legendaries yet, so maybe they'll show them off as well. Maybe August, September, whenever the second Pokemon Presents of the year takes place. Like in summertime. That's normally when the second one of the year happens, so maybe they'll show off a bit more. Because with the starters, I kind of want to see them do what they did with Sun and Moon and just have like a proper reveal cycle going. Because I remember the days of Sun and Moon. Personally, those were the best days of revealing Pokemon stuff. And I'm pretty sure the only reason those games leaked to begin with was because the Pokemon Company forgot to remove all of the important data from the special demo. So that was the reason that all the Pokemon leaked in Gen 7 was because of an oversight. Because they left the Pokédex data in the special demo and people just data mined it. So maybe they have... obviously they've stopped doing demos. Because the last game demo to officially be revealed or released was the Let's Go demo. Sword and Shield did have a demo, but it was only available at a kiosk. Like, it was never publicly available. Yeah. They just don't do demos anymore. Maybe they do some demos for a spin-off or two. But, nah, it's either buy the game or don't. There's no demo. I guess because these days, people just use YouTube to see if they like a game or not. Maybe that's why they don't do demos anymore, besides the Sun and Moon fiasco. But with, like, the reveal cycle, I feel like they should probably do what they did with Sun and Moon for Winds and Waves. Like, just every so often, just shadow drop a trailer revealing a new Pokemon, or a new evolution. I feel like that would be better than just leaving it in the dark, because the game releases in 2027. Probably in November. So that's when the mainline games normally would release. The Legends games don't count toward that release schedule, because clearly, they have a different release schedule. Legends Arceus was a bit all mucked up because of COVID. So that one released really early, like the beginning of the year. And then Legends ZA released in October, which is slightly earlier than normal. Hey, Winds and Waves could release in October, but my guess they'll just probably release in November like the other normal mainline games. Oosh. Oosh. Oh, level 22. Alright. 6 levels to go, and then we move on to Bulbasaur. So, oh yeah, with what I hope for the evolutions of the new starters, for Brout, again, with that concept I saw, it better become a cassowary. Because that's perfect. Cassowaries from Australia. I don't think the region's based in Australia, but cassowaries are from a tropical climate. So turn this into a cassowary. There you go. The Pombon. I swear, if it becomes a Cerberus, that'd be incredible. Going from a Pomeranian to a Pomeranian Cerberus. Just a 3-headed buff Pomeranian. That'd be cool. It better become a Cerberus. And for Gekwa, Komodo Dragon. And the typings I predict: Brout, Grass Flying, or if it would become a cassowary, then maybe Grass Ground. That would make a bit more sense, because a flightless bird. But then again, Dodrio is also a flightless bird, and it's still a flying type, so it would probably still be Grass Flying. Because it won't be the first time they're going to flight this bird. So yeah, Grass Flying for Brout. For Pombon, I want it to be Fire Ground. Yes, that would make it really weak to water, but hear me out. With ground-type starters, we only need fire, and then we've got a perfect trio of ground-type starters. Also, I've got a bias toward ground types. And for Gekwa, because I wanted to become a Komodo Dragon, Poison type makes a lot of sense, because making it a dragon type, it's not going to happen. The dragon type on starters is basically reserved for Mega Evolution. So, the next best thing, Komodo dragons are known for a kind of a toxic bite, so I think it was like a bacterial bite, I think it was, technically, so making it a water poison type would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I just realized we never actually got the name of the new region. We'll probably get that during the first main trailer, because this was the reveal trailer, so they're not going to really announce it. They didn't really do that for Scarlet and Violet either. And when it comes to the new games, when they do eventually release, I'm probably gonna pick Waves, because at the moment the only thing we know about version exclusives are character outfits and the Pikachu mascot. And I prefer the design of the female Pikachu mascot, so I'm probably going to pick Waves. The outfits, they don't really make much of a difference to me. And hopefully no leaks happen for this game, because I finally want to go into a Pokemon game without knowing anything. Yeah, I could have avoided leaks, but when it keeps popping up in my timeline, the temptation got to me. Every single time. Happened for Sword and Shield, happened for Legends Arceus, happened for Scarlet and Violet. I don't know about Legends EA though. No, definitely Legends EA, because I focused my team on new Mega Evolutions, and the majority of them had already leaked. So maybe once home compatibility happens, maybe I'll do a new run of Legends. I mean, I could do a new run of Legends EA, but I would need internet if I wanted to get access to the Swampert. Yeah, no. The fact they had to make Mega Evolutions online exclusive is disgusting. Because I really wanted to do a new save file and just have Mega Swampert as my main ace. But if I can't even Mega Evolve, I'm not going to bother. I do wonder what mechanic might be in the waves. Some people are saying like a revival method, something like that, like a second life. Maybe if a Pokemon gets knocked out or if they're on low HP, they just transform or something like a Phoenix. I mean that's my interpretation of what it is, but personally, I think with future games, I think Mega Evolution just needs to be in the game all the time now. Because now you've got all these Mega Evolutions, and there's basically only one game you can use them all in. And yeah, there's Champions, but supposedly Champions is not going to be as easy as you think. Because even if you can get the Mega Evolutions, you need to unlock the stones. So you can't use your Megas straight away. don't really think about it. I think within I think Fire and Leaf Green are the only Gen 3 games, not including Coliseum games, that I've not gotten a shiny in. And yeah, I've not gotten anything in Emerald, because that game has a whole mess of RNG to mess around with. But I've gotten a few in Ruby. Somehow I figured out my secret ID and was able to do some RNG manipulation for some Pokemon. Sapphire, because it's got a dead battery, I mean, all of my Gen 3 games have dead batteries. But I used Sapphire to get myself some shiny starters. So if I wanted to do a shiny living dex, then... Although I don't know if it's possible to have all of them? No. Because obviously there's the 135 Pokemon. Or 133 Pokemon excluding the mythicals. At some point I'll go back to the file and just RNG all the static encounters. Excluding Cast Form, because that's not really a static. Probably use RNG to get all the shiny eggs as well. Oh. Oh, Crimson's here. Hello. Oh, I actually needed that. Ooh. How are we doing today, Crimson? Fine, good. I just spent the last hour talking about Pokemon. So, did you see the news yet, Crimson? Hmm? I have an affiliation with Poggers. Yep, use code BirdBrain at checkout for 10% off your order. It might be a bit before I buy something from them, because, well... Yeah, I am spent this month, so maybe I'll get something from them next month to try out something, because... Yeah. Because I've not tried any of their drinks yet. Yeah, I'll see in March about getting one of their tubs. Because obviously I've got like my main... like the main things that I would normally go to, but I'm willing to branch out to other things to try out. I mean, I'd still have to wait to get the money anyway, so... Oh yeah, I need to catch a second Spearow. Because I need to trade that Spearow to get a Farfetch later. So once I go back and heal this Mankey, I'm going to go and catch another Spearow, just so I can have one ready for the Farfetch trade. And you know what? I'll let one of you guys name it. Because to trade a Pokemon, they're all nicknamed anyway, so might as well follow the theming for it. Yeah, with my schedules, I already like sorted out what's going to be done for this week. But for next week, the only day I've got anything planned for is the 12th, because on the 12th, Uma Musume Pretty Derby is having its 1 year anniversary event. Although it does start before then, but the part that I'm interested in happens on the 12th, when the trainees get swapped around and Kira-san Black makes her trainee debut on the global server. So I'll be streaming it on that day, and I've got 15,000 carats I can be spending. I didn't quite get to 20,000, but I do have 15,000, which that's still a lot. Yeah, that is still a lot of carats. Maybe I'll be able to get some more before the day happens. But yeah, at the moment, 15k just to try and get one trainee. I feel like if I don't get her within that amount, I'd just be depressed. I probably won't touch the game again after that if I don't get her. Like literally, Kira-san Black is gonna be the one thing that keeps me playing Uma Musume. If I don't get her, goodbye. I won't be Umarang anymore. Because it'll be a depression. Because I've got a support card, but I want to get her trainee next. And normally having 20k would guarantee you'd be able to pull through pity as well. Because one pull equals one pity point. And yeah, so I need to get 200 pulls total. But at the moment I can only get about 150 pulls. Keep in mind, that's still a lot of pulls. Like 15 temples, just to try and get one Oma. Like, fingers crossed. Hopefully I'll be able to pull her. And I know she's probably going to have outfits later on. And you know I'm probably going to try and save up to get those outfits too. Because I know, at the very least, I know about her anime collab outfit. But that's the first one I know about. The one that obviously is in the name, an anime collab. When does Mankey learn another move? I need to have a look. Space. Oh, under. Mankey. Moves learned. Generation 3. Fire Red and Leaf Green. It learns Seismic Toss at level 26. Oh, it learns Cross Chop as well. At level 31. Although I'm probably not going to use it by then. So the next move it gets is Seismic Toss at 26. So I'll have another fighting move. And I'm pretty sure this one does neutral damage. So I'll probably get rid of Fury Swipes when I do get it. Oh yeah, with she brings me a lot of place, but with Winds and Waves, when it comes to making my team, I'm probably gonna try and focus on only new Pokemon. That's how I like to do my new playthroughs. Like, unless there's a regional variant or like a convergence. Well, convergence is really a new Pokemon. Unless there's like a regional variant, like with a Lola or Gala, I'll probably only have a new species. And hopefully we get over 100 species where we're plenty to pick from. Because I feel like 100 per game, per generation, is probably where they should just be at. That just makes the most sense. Yeah, so the way I think about doing things, so obviously I've got the fire, the grass, fire, water trio, and then a ground type, because originally it would be like a flying type, but since fly is not a required HM anymore, a flying type is not a priority anymore. So a ground type, probably a steel type, and then a bonus type of anything. So only 5 types are basically pre-planned, but the 6th Pokemon is just anything that piques my interest, really. I mean, in some games, maybe I'll do like a feminine Pokemon, because I remember in Ultra Moon, or just so whichever one, I had a Lopunny in my team, and then in the post game, I just had a flippin' overpowered Mega Lopunny, because in that game, you had Return, which was still a thing. Throw that onto a Mega Lopunny, it's literally Lopunny's best ever move, and then it got immediately destroyed once the Switch games came around. Like, why they got rid of Return, I have never had any idea, because I love that move. It's literally the best normal type move to ever exist, and they got rid of it. Like, because after that, Lopunny doesn't really get any decent moves. Like, either they're weak, or they don't really do much damage. Or they're pretty mediocre compared to Return. This is why in older generations, I'll probably always use a Lopunny if given the chance to, just because a normal type is really good, and Lopunny requires max friendship to evolve in the first place, or high friendship in the first place, and its move it learns on evolution is Return. Like, it's just made to be a powerhouse. Even if its stats are low, Return is stronger the higher friendship it is. There's my little rant of Return. Yeah. Oh, one of these days. I mean, not one of these days. They're never gonna bring it back. They got rid of Hidden Power and then just made it a signature move to hit to a gnome. And yet, we don't really need Hidden Power anymore because Terra Blast is basically a more controllable version. Takes up a move slot, it can be either special or physical, and you determine the type on your own. You don't have to worry about hidden stats. And plus, it's also better defensively. Oh, the attack missed. No! Stop it! That wasted a bunch of PP. Are you kidding me? Come on. So you miss and you get a crit. Gee, thanks, game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the next level before the Fury Sweats runs out. So we'll go and heal. Where are you going? We'll go and heal, and then I'll catch another Spearow, just so I can get that ready for the Farfetch'd trade. You know, maybe I'll give it the nickname of the original Farfetch'd trade. I'll call it Ducks. Let me just see how it's spelled. Okay. Alright, so this time... I might need to switch to Bulbasaur temporarily. Just so I don't kill it in one hit. And Spearow spawns here. So I need to catch an extra one ready for the trade. That's a Mankey. Oh, maybe I should be doing the grinding here, because there's some good Pokemon spawning here. Rattata, Spearow, Mankey. There's also the trainer battle up here that I could do. The rat. The rat. Just need to find the Spearow. I can't wait until I can run, it's just so slow. We can't run until we've beaten the first gym. And there's a Spearow. Alright, let's use Leech Seed. Ow. Let's Growl. Okay. Ah! Oh, of course it got a crit. Why wouldn't it get a crit? Pokeball? Okay, got it. So this will become the Farfetch'd. Right, there we go. We have our trading Spearow. But now I need to heal up because Bulbasaur was absolutely obliterated. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. Butterfree, Beedrill, the Fearow, and the Raticate, which I evolved off screen. And I posted the updates about it in the Discord server. Right, I'll put the Spearow here, ready for the tree. I've got a stream in the background playing funny moments. Oh yeah, I need to get to Route 22 because I'm gonna try knocking out those Pokemon. Because Spearow and Mankey might provide a good source of experience. I mean, it'd be better than just rats, birds, bugs. And I can use all my attacks. So fingers crossed I am able to get Primate before the end of the stream. But with the pace that we're going, and the level my Mankey is at, it was at level 18, I think. like before stream, and it was about level 20, and we're closing in on 23. So I think... Oh, 31 from level 3. Yeah, Mankey's good. Yeah, so I think we might be able to get Primate before the end of the day. And then the fun part, the most annoying part of this entire section, the starter and the bird. At least with section 2, I don't have to do any grinding until my pickup squad's good to go. Absolutely none. Because until my pickup squad is all level 21, I am not doing any grinding for any Pokemon. I mean, yeah, I'm doing grinding for the pickup squad, because they need to be level 21 before they can start picking up rare candies. The only games that have the most broken version of pickup are Ruby and Sapphire, the games that debuted it. Because originally, it didn't matter what the level was. You could just instantly have rare candies, ultra balls, full heals, and vitamins straight away, from level 3 or level 2. So it makes sense why the very next game they nerfed pickup to be level based. I mean, all it really did was just add a little bit extra grind. Wait, hold on, I need to double check it is level 21. Ability decks, pickup. Oh no, Fire LeafGreen pickup list. Wait, what? Wait, is it not level based? Wait, what is going on? Sarah, what are you doing? Oh, wait! Oh, never mind! I don't have to do any level grinding. It's Emerald that changed it to be level based. Fire Red and Leaf Green is a 5% chance for a rare candy. Well, it's between a nugget, a vitamin, a hidden power TM, and a rare candy. Oh! I don't have to do any level grinding at all. I just get my squad of Mankey. No, my squad of Meowth. Make sure all of them have pickup. I don't have to do any level grinding. I don't have to grind my pickup squad. It was Emerald that changed it. Fire Red and Leaf Green did have a change in the table, but it didn't alter it to be level system based. Okay, that saves a lot of time then. That saves a lot of time. Because they could just be at the level I caught them at. Okay. That got me more excited than they should have done. Right, let me just save my game. So we're at level 23 now. We're at 11 hours and 42 minutes. And we need 5 more levels. And then we focus on Bulbasaur after this. Spiro. Yeah, Section 1 is definitely 100% the hardest section in the whole challenge. Just because... Well, not really hardest, but most time-consuming. Just because of Bulbasaur and Pidgey. Everything after Section 1 is a cakewalk because of Meowth. Meowth shaves off so much time if you're willing to do a pickup squad. Which, yeah, Ruby and Sapphire and Fire Red Leaf Green, they're the easiest ones to make a pickup squad because you don't have to level them up. Everything after Fire Red Leaf Green, you have to use levels for the Pokemon. And I'm pretty sure in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, you have to have one of your pickup squad members be at level 41 just so you can get an evolution stone early. And I'm never going to do a Professor Oak's challenge in Gen 4, because I do not want to deal with the honey trees, and I absolutely refuse to. So, yeah, and I've technically done one for Pokemon White version. If you don't include the White Forest, then I've technically done an Oak challenge there. Maybe I'll do one in Black and White. Or Black and White 2, rather. I'm not too sure. Okay, we're about an hour and a half in, and I still need to get 5 more levels. Now I'm starting to question whether I will be able to get Primeape tonight. It's literally just 2 more pixels on that level just to make it turn 3 into an 8. And once it's level 28, we get Primeape. And then we focus on Bulbasaur. And then once Bulbasaur's done, as a Venusaur, then we go to Pidgey. Which is going to be super time consuming. But at least with Pidgey, we can grind it in the Viridian Forest. Just because basically every encounter besides Pikachu is a bug type. Oh yeah, and with Bulbasaur and Pidgey, I'm going to use the trainers for it. I think for Bulbasaur, I'll get it to level 20. Same for Pidgey. Actually, no. It's probably better I do the trainer battles while they're in the early stages, then I can skip more time. Yeah, I've not done any trainer battles besides the first one. Besides the one at the Oak Lab, I've not done any trainer battles in this game yet. So I've got plenty of trainers to get more experience on them. But I'm saving them for Bulbasaur and Pidgey just because the levels they have to be reached. I think if I really lock in, I might be able to get to level 28 before the end of the stream. But I think, even if I normally would end at 2 hours, I think I'm just going to try and go until Primeape is here. And that's probably the best idea. And like I said earlier, if for some reason I do end up getting a shiny before any legendary or static encounters, then yeah, I'll probably try and collect a bunch of shinies. Because once you get the first shiny, that's it. It's easier. Because you'll know what your secret ID will be. You just have to reverse engineer the Pokemon. And then you learn what your secret ID is. Sure, the only downside, I don't get the starter at the beginning of the game as a shiny. But I can just RNG manipulate eggs on the Sevi Islands. So yeah, I could literally just do RNG manipulation for a bunch of Pokemon in this game and just get tons of shinies. But again, I don't know how long that's going to take because they need to update all the programs to include all the Switch stuff as well, all the calibrations and stuff. Like it's possible because I think it was like Papa Hefe. He did RNG manipulation successfully and got a shiny Eevee, and he's done arbitrary code execution because he's got shiny Mew. That would be a fun target. And funny enough, you have to do 2 in-game trades to get the Pokemon necessary. I mean, I might consider doing ACE, but I'll more than likely have a backup save file, like a second save file, an alternate user, to do that. Because obviously, it's basically a glitch that allows you to write code. And if I screw things up, bad eggs will start spawning in, and start corrupting all of the Pokemon. Once that happens, yeah, it's done. Once one bad egg shows up, it's over. Because you can't release eggs. The only way to get rid of them would be like an alternate save file editor. I don't even think that could even get rid of the bad eggs. Oh, now to think about it. When Safari Week eventually happens, maybe I'll do Gen 3. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to get to the Safari Zone by then. It'll probably only be like a single game. But hey, it'll be better than doing BDSP, because BDSP sucks. I might stream Safari Week this year? I don't know. I've got quite a few consoles ready. I mean, now that I think about it, I probably might still need to do BDSP. I don't know. Because in theory, I could do Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Fire Red or Leaf Green. I'll probably have both Fire Red and Leaf Green on. But then I'd also have my Game Boy copies. So Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, and Sapphire. I mean, that's a lot. I probably won't do. Actually, no, I probably won't do it on stream. Actually, I might do it in my own time and just post the results. Because when I'm doing it, I've got to focus and lock in. And I've got loads of devices I can be using, so I'll be getting lots of encounters at once. I wonder if I would ever consider bringing back the Safari Zone. Because I remember it was Diamond and Pearl that killed the Safari Zone games, because the Great Marsh sucked. Then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had the Safari Zone, but it was a glorified route. And we've not seen one since. I think the way they could do the Safari Zone... Normally, if you run away from a Pokemon, it just stays there and you just re-encounter it. But... here's the big but. How about it work like it does in the Union Circle in Scarlet and Violet? If you run away from a Pokemon, it completely despawns. Or if it's Ditto or Zoroark, they despawn if you run away from them. That's how it could work in a new Safari Zone. They simply despawn when you run away. And they also have a chance of running away. Like, quite a few Pokemon in Legends, actually. So they already have the core elements. They just need to combine it into a single section. Pokemon running away, Pokemon despawning. Like, I could see them easily creating a new Safari Zone. And with the tropical region we've got, Safari makes sense. Although in an open world, it probably wouldn't be as interesting. But I think they could probably make it work. Maybe they could have like a whole island dedicated to being a Safari Zone. Like, not a massive, like a smaller island. And while you're in there, like, there's huge trees, like, covering the landscape. And it would block out the... It would still be open world, but it would block out all the other regions, so they'd be able to despawn all the surrounding Pokemon and just have only Pokemon spawning in the Safari Zone. I could easily see them doing that. They're not completely towering over you with trees, but just high enough so you can't see any of the Pokemon outside. Because that'd be fun! Having a true Safari game once again, just slightly modified for newer Pokemon games. Because obviously the old method doesn't exactly work for the new games, since random encounters are basically lost. We've not had random encounters since Sword and Shield. And again, I'm not counting BDSP because BDSP sucks. Ugh. Yeah, if for some reason I do end up getting a shiny today, or during stream, then you can bet I'm going to boot up the app for like the RNG manipulation stuff. I'm going to reverse engineer it just to get my secret ID. Like 100%. I will be getting my secret ID live on stream. Just to be able to get my Pokemon. Or just to get future shinies. Because, yeah, once that first shiny shows up, that's it. RNG manipulation for the rest of the challenge. Because what's more fun than doing an Oak challenge? Doing it with shinies. Maybe I'll do that for Pokemon Sapphire one day. Just do a shiny Professor Oak challenge. Because I did a regular Oak challenge in Ruby. So doing one in Sapphire would be interesting. And because my copy of Sapphire is butchered because I tried replacing the battery and ended up breaking the connections on the motherboard. So now it's impossible for it to function with a battery. Unless I could somehow fix it, but I've already damaged it enough, so it's a permanent RNG copy. Maybe I'll give it a try tomorrow, because I did try and do Fire Red, like on my Game Boy, but it's annoying. I need to make sure I've got all of my starters as well. Because what I think I should do, I think I should do 3 sets of the starters, get them all into my main Ruby copy. Well, no, what mean 1 set of all the starters, because I don't think I'm really going to do like living decks, more like final form decks. So get a trio of them, or rather, I'll get 2 of them, and then the third one will be in the shiny Oak. And yeah, I could get a shiny pickup squad as well if I wanted to. But realistically, I could do that. And just get RNG clones just to give you multiple of them. Yeah, I know a shiny Oak challenge would be definitely time consuming, especially with some Pokemon needing to wait a long time per reset. But I think it'll definitely be worth it. And I know it's definitely going to be harder for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald once they re-release onto the Switch. Because they're going to have a permanent working battery. Like, you'll never have to worry about time-based events disappearing ever again. So it's going to be harder to do RNG manipulation on those games because of a working battery. So Fire Red Leaf Green is the best chance we have of RNGing like the Gen 3 games on Switch. Because they never functioned with any form of battery system. They don't have any time cycle as well. I think one thing I did kind of wish happened, like online battles, trades, but To be honest, this is exactly how they did it for Gold, Silver, Crystal, Red, Blue, and Yellow on the 3DS. So, and I already have 2 consoles, so if I need to do in-person trades, I'll just do that. Time had passed. But 1:45, but it's been about a minute, an hour and a half. I can't speak. My throat is cooked. Yeah, I think RNG will work differently on the Switch, but it's just because the way you boot up the game is different. It's more closer to how it's done on the DS. Like the DS Lite, the original DS, with like the Game Boy slot. An extra step you've got to do. So maybe once the tutorial video for the Switch versions of the games come out, maybe I'll use that as my opportunity to finally start RNG manipulating. And yeah, from what I've also seen, the way home compatibility is going to work for Fire LeafGreen, it's going to be exactly how it worked for Gens 1 and 2 on the 3DS. Like, you just send them in, but you can't send them back. Like that's just how it's going to work. So I need to get everything I can, and then send them up. So I can use the Professor Oak's challenge as a way to get all the final forms. It would be cool if I could finish it before home compatibility happens, because there's still a couple months. But, yeah, if I can somehow get all the Pokemon, like all 150 Pokemon before then, that'd be nice. I also noticed that people have been getting a lot of shiny Pokemon in this game recently. Now, obviously, there's the shiny hunters that have been getting starters. Some people have been getting non-starters. I mean, if I was doing like a traditional playthrough, I'm not entirely sure what my team would be. But maybe I could do that for Fire Red, have a traditional team. So Fire Red is just my challenges run, basically, and LeafGreen, just this. Although I do want to do a badge quest. So once I can RNG manipulate stuff, I'll probably use that as my excuse to do a shiny badge quest. Okay. That's not gonna heal. Oh boy. I might need to finish it early. Okay, yeah. But I'm gonna finish up for now, though. I wish I could have gotten pregnant. I'm getting really tired right now. Okay, so save again. So we're at 12 hours and 2 minutes in game. 0 badges, obviously. My Banky is at level 24, so she needs 4 more levels to evolve. Pidgey and Bulbasaur basically had no changes. Yep, for now. Right, just close the game just so no extra time added. So that's where I'm going to call it for today. I know it's a little bit earlier than would have hoped for, but this is literally this is the hardest part of the challenge at the start of it. Once we get to that second section, it'll be smooth sailing from there because we'll have a pickup squad ready. Anyway, so for now, this has been BiriboFukuro signing off. Bye bye!